Hello everyone, welcome to Cornflower Crafts. I'm Corn, and I'm here with another little mini gnome. And this mini gnome, if you all saw one of my hauls from Hobby Lobby, you saw a wooden canoe. Well, and I said I was going to put a gnome in it. Well, I certainly did. And here he is. There's both sides, front and center. And I had, this goes to someone I love very much. And I asked him what color his canoe was, and he said red. And then I asked him what color his hat was, and he said gray. And the reason he has this little deer on his hat is that he is a lover of animals and always has been. He can charm animals. He's a very charming individual, and I'm serious. Animals that don't like other people will like him. It just fascinates me. They gravitate towards him. And so that's why the deer is there. And as you see, there's no Christmas decorations on him and no little red nose or anything. So therefore, I thought he could have this up all year long. And if he wanted to dress it up for Christmas, I'm including this, which he can put the wreath on the front of the canoe. He might even do that himself, but you know, like we do on the cars and trucks and stuff. So that's what he can do if he wants to make it as a Christmas decoration, and then with that off, it's just all year long. I think these came from Hobby Lobby a couple of years ago, but I'm not sure. I left the wood, natural wood, on the inside because I like it that way. Plus, this is going to a carpenter, and he could make this very easily. But I can't. Well, I could if I really, really read up on it and tried. But I mean, it's something that I thought was cute, like it was. And so, getting my brushes out again. Here's my brushes. And in case you're interested, this is a piece I did about 35 years ago. You can see that Aida cloth is kind of old, but that's one of my cross-stitch pieces that I held on to. And got out my brushes again. And these are the three that I used on the canoe. You've got like a shader, and this is round, and then this just is a number 2. And these are the ones I use. This is for the body of the canoe. Excuse me. And this, since it's 2 different colors, because the piece on the bottom is gray, when I get close to another color, I usually use the smaller brushes to cut in. I did use a 220, this is a flexible sandpaper in 220, because I was hoping to get around these edges well, but it was kind of tough because I don't even know what number this is, but this sanding block I've had for about 10 years, I guess. Normally used on the house, around the house, but I thought, but I can't get, you know, I couldn't get in some of the spots that I wanted to. And I was told that, because mostly when I paint, I've been painting walls and exterior of homes and sheds and things like that for some time now. But Hanson wanted a red room downstairs. As most of y'all know, it's not my thing, but I was like, if you want it, you got it. Well, normally you get, I like Zinsser for primer. So normally you would get out your Zinsser and prime the walls first, and then paint the red. Red is very interesting. So I was having a difficult time for it not to look streaky and icky. And so I just went to someone behind the paint counter, and I said, can you help me? My red paint is looking terrible. And they said, oh yeah, we will mix it up. We'll mix up your Zinsser primer, but we're going to put gray in it. And I was like, really? So what they ended up giving me was a grayish red to put under it. So I got out my Waverly chalk paint. This I used for some furniture, actually, in Elephant, and didn't mix it with the red, but that's what I did for the base coat here on the Canoe. And then I do this a lot, not only with distressing, but just to see where the high points are to sand, and then sand it that. And then, I don't know, it's got like 5 coats of the red on there, to be honest. Took the Deco Art Crafters acrylic, and this is in Christmas red. I was so happy to find this, because all the other places I was looking at my paint, I couldn't find red. And I was like, no, I've got to have red. So that's what I use, but it takes many coats. But it's still, I'm real happy with how it turned out. And then just use the gray chalk paint for the bottom. I know that when it comes to canoes and water, this should have actually a glossy finish. But I like the matte finish so much that I left it alone, because I really do like it. And yes, I do a lot with shellacs and other coats and even wax coats and everything. I know how to do all of that. I just really like this in matte. I really do. And let's see, with the painting and the sanding and the hand sewn hat, hand sewn top of body, and then I put his nose and the little deer on with gem tack. I found out about this from Heather, who is Gypsy Crafter Journal here on YouTube, and she was telling us how good this is, and it is. I really, really highly recommend this. It's really good. I like it. It's super thick. The only problem I have with this is I almost have to always put a pin in it because it'll close up on me, which kind of, it's just, you know, you just have to be patient. And that's what I had to show you all today, that, you know, little mini gnomes can also have fun in canoes and at a table and on a tree or by a tree. And so, and this one I'm a little nervous about because I have to ship it. And I'm like, oh boy. So I'm hoping with bubble wrap and lots of shred and, you know, hopefully it'll get to its destination safe and sound. And I'd like to thank you all so much for joining me in the craft room today. And I hope you have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening. Bye-bye, everybody. Take good care.